Well, good evening to our audience, whether you are here with us in council chambers or watching online. Tonight, we have two separate meetings that we'll be participating in. The first is the Public Housing Authority Commission meeting. The second is a study session that precedes voting on Thursday for our regular city council. And with that, City Clerk, please call our Public Housing Authority Commission meeting to order, or to a roll call.
Chairman Hartke.
Here.
Commissioner Lopez.
Here.
Commissioner Dearman.
Here.
Commissioner Stewart.
Here.
Commissioner McClymans.
Here.
Commissioner Wong.
Here.
Commissioner Rowe.
Here.
Commissioner Orlando.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Are there any unscheduled public appearances for our public authority meeting tonight? Seeing none. Council, we've got only consent agenda tonight, the minutes and a resolution, which is the second is a regular thing in terms of writing off $15,257.07 in public housing tenant accounts receivable as uncollectible. So, commissioners, what is your pleasure?
Chairman.
Commissioner Rowe.
Yeah, Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda items number 1 and number 2 for this Monday, June 22nd. That's my motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lopez. Council, any additional comments or questions? Seeing none, voice vote, please.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Dearman.
Yes.
Commissioner Stewart.
Yes.
Commissioner McClymans.
Yes.
Commissioner Wong.
Yes.
Commissioner Rowe.
Yes.
Commissioner Orlando.
Yes.
Chairman Hartke.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All right. Thank you, commissioners. That concludes our Public Housing Authority. Thank you for joining us again. Welcome to the study session of the Chandler City Council meeting. I would like to call this meeting to order. And with starting this, we have some public service appearances. And with that, I would like to invite Councilmember Wong to join me up front. City Manager.
Are y'all coming in?
What's that?
Are you coming around?
Yes, we are.
All right, very good. Tonight, Mayor, we have one service recognition, and I'd like Andy Bass, our Community Services Director, to come forward and make the presentation. And while he's coming forward, Mayor, if you'll remind our awardee on the service recognition not to get any ideas, because he is celebrating 25 years, I believe.
Invite Mickey Olin to come forward. Mayor, Council, it is my pleasure to present before you Mickey Oland, who is celebrating his 25th year of service to the City of Chandler. Mickey began his career with the City of Chandler on May 22nd, 1995, as the landscape coordinator. Due to his hard work and attention to detail, Mickey was promoted to the Park Planning Superintendent and then to the Park Development and Operations Manager. In 2017, Mickey received his current position as the Community Services Planning Manager. Mickey has been a driving force in the growth and change of Chandler. When he first started working for the city, there were 32 parks with 305 developed park acres. Now the city has 67 parks with 1,281 developed acres. Mickey's hard work has been and will continue to enrich the lives of current Chandler residents as well as future generations. Mickey is a proud husband and father to his 2 daughters. He is an example of a humble, committed public servant that works for the greater good of Chandler. And with that, I'd like to thank Mickey for his 25 years of service and looking forward to 25 years more.
Identify the COVID era for pictures. There you go. So council, there's been a few items called in by me and some others. I've got just comments to make on a few of them, so I will go through our list. First is item number 6. This is resolution number 5368, authorizing a grant application to the Land and Water Conservation Fund for Homestead North Park development. And I just have a comment. I do want to thank our director, Andy Best, for thinking out of the box and pursuing funding via grant application to the Land and Water Conservation Fund to help with the development of one of our remaining parks, Homestead North Park. I know sometimes we have always had a formula of how we fund our parks, and I found this refreshing idea of looking for this. I believe Director Best came from a city which he had to scramble for a lot of things, and that will help us just as we continue to look for new ways to do what we're doing. So I want to thank you in the process of getting us there. Item number 7, I also had a comment. This has to do with authorizing and approving public safety training facility agreements with Central Arizona Community College. And to our chief, our assistant chiefs who are here, I'm a big believer in collaboration and not duplication of resources within our city and with our neighbors. Chandler is known as a community of innovation, but also collaboration. So I appreciate that what is a gem and a jewel for us, that we're able to help other surrounding cities, and that they will also be able to use this for advanced officer training. Also wanted to, since I've had comments earlier on these items, I'll put them all together. Items 9, 10, and 11 have to do with CDGB funding, with general funds for the community, as well as item number 12, which is similar. I'm sorry, 9, 10, and 11. So particularly during these times that we have been in, and seeing the struggles within our community and people being impacted, I appreciate the process every year that brings people to look at these through optics that we've given them in terms of what are the priorities of our city, and kind of coming to a good list of recommendations. I know that I really wanted to see, particularly when it came to the general dollars, to make sure that we funded a variety and number of organizations, and I think you've gotten us there, whether it's talking about prevention, suicide, or homelessness, or housing, other types of issues, food issues. I think we've done a good job, and I want to thank Leah Powell and her Department in Neighborhood Services. Moving on, item number 12. You're not used to seeing me talk this much in these, but I was really liked our agenda this time. Item number 12 is a pass-through grant from the Auction India community to share Indian gaming revenue with Dignity Health Foundation. I've had the opportunity for the last couple of years of helping with Dignity's fundraising for what they do with patient help and others. And this year they had to cancel this event because of not allowing crowds or not allowing groups to gather. So I'm pleased that we can help with this, and I hope that this grant is approved for Dignity as Auction reviews this. Item number 15. Councilmember Orlando, you had some comments, but I'll just start off again. To our director, Derek Harn, This item relates to something else that is helpful for our community in during these times when our business is being impacted. I'm pleased to see, again, out of the box thinking, this item on our agenda. This will give relief to the development community who are looking to do things in Chandler, but their issues, their availability is delayed because of the workforce available to them or other types of delays due to COVID-19. So this will give relief to our development community by extending deadlines due to this disruption and the extraordinary situations that we are in related to COVID-19. So I want to thank our Director, Derek Horn, and Councilmember Orlando.
Well, Mayor, you said what I was going to say, so we're good.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
I was keeping your theme of innovation and different ideas and moving forward on that, so thank you.
All right. Item number 16. I'm not going to comment on every one, but this has to do with our participation with our annual dues to the League of Arizona Cities and Towns. I had the privilege of serving on the exec board of this league, and I was pleased that as they looked at their budget and they looked at the pain across the community, they actually lowered the dues of all cities going in by 15%. So normally our dues would be 15% higher, and I want to thank the Arizona League of Towns and Cities for their thoughtfulness and scaling back their operations and being sensitive to all the cities that are also experiencing pain. And I also had item number 33 and 34. I'm just pleased to see this has to do with Alma School widening between Pecos and Germain. And I'm pleased to see the motion with the preliminary work on a road that has seen a lot of traffic on Alma School around the freeway. So I'm pleased to see this project moving forward with these two service agreements. And again, Councilmember Orlando.
Mayor, we got to coordinate. I was going to say the same thing, so we're good. I think you're trying to speed this meeting along. I'll tell you, that's pretty good. I appreciate it.
One last item. I have no comment to make, but Councilmember Orlando, this is yours. Item number 36. I got nothing to say on that. It's yours.
So I will, this is another one of those innovative ideas and thought processes that our staff is leaning forward. So I wanted our public works person to come forward and give us a little briefing on what's going on here. And again, another feel-good thing. We're leading as opposed to waiting for something to happen to us. So thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Through the mayor, Councilmember Orlando. This agreement is to perform a comprehensive study to evaluate our Pecos water treatment plant, as well as our water distribution system, to develop strategies and recommend improvements to reduce trihalomethane formation within the water system and help improve water quality throughout the entire city. Trihalomethane is what we call a disinfection byproduct, and it is created when the disinfectants that we use during the water treatment process blend with natural organics that exist in the water. So our study will be looking at potential ways to remove those organics from our water supply or deal with the trihalomethane formation once that water reaches once it reaches our reservoirs. So the idea is to improve water quality throughout the city.
Thank you, Mayor. That's like I said, it's noteworthy that our citizens know what's going on with this, and it has been appeared in other cities and other areas. And of course, we want to get ahead of this versus having to, obviously, the worst case scenario is having to shut things down. So, thank you. Thanks, Mayor.
Council, any additional questions or comments related to our study session tonight? Seeing none. As you notice on our agenda, we do have the approval of all of these consent items as well as one action item that we will take up at that time. At that point, I'd like to adjourn this meeting. Thank you all for joining us.